Hello everyone, and welcome to the spring in our garden. You'll probably hear some crows in the background and some cars and blackbirds and even a curlew, hopefully. But I will try and speak over them if I can. I've got a lovely selection of poems today from an anthology of poetry which I was given a few weeks ago, edited by the great Walter de la Mare, and they're poems really all about England, probably in the last but one century, around the 1840s and 1850s. And we're going to start with a poem on page 25, if I can find it, and it's by John Masefield, who of course also wrote Sea Fever. This is called On Easter Knell. Silent are the woods, and the dim green boughs are hushed in the twilight. Yonder in the path through the apple orchard is a tired ploughboy calling the cows home. A bright white star blinks, the pale moon rounds, but still the red, lurid wreckage of the sunset smoulders in smoky fire and burns on the misty hilltops. Ghostly it grows and darker, the burning fades into smoke, and now the gusty oaks are a silent army of phantoms thronging a land of shadows. Now the next one. The next one is a lovely lusty poem about England and the hospitality of fine old England. I said the 19th century before, it's probably a couple of hundred years before that. And it's actually by the famous poet William Blake. It's called The Mares. This city and this country has brought forth many mares to sit in state and give forth laws out of their old oak chairs, with face as brown as any nut, with drinking of strong ale. Good English hospitality, oh then it did not fail, with scarlet gowns and broad gold lace would make a yeoman sweat, with stockings rolled above their knees and shoes as black as jet, with eating beef and drinking beer, oh, they were stout and hale. Good English hospitality, oh, then it did not fail. Thus sitting at the table wide, the mayor and alderman were fit to give law to the city. Each ate as much as 10. The hungry poor entered the hall to eat good beef and ale. Good English hospitality, oh then it did not fail. And here's another one about English beer. Bring us in no brown bread, for that is made of brain, nor bring us in no white bread, for therein is no gain. But bring us in good ale, bring us in good ale, for our blessed Lady's sake, bring us in good ale. Bring us in no beef, oh, there is many bones, but bring us in good ale, for that goeth down at once. Bring us in no bacon, for that is passing fat, and bring us in good ale, and give us enough of that. Bring us in no mutton, for that is often lean, nor bring us in no tripes, for they be seldom clean. Bring us in no eggs, for there are many shells, but bring us in good ale, and give us nothing else. Bring us in no capon's flesh, for that is often dear, and bring us in no duck's flesh, for they slobber in the mere. But bring us in good ale, bring us in good ale, for our blessed Lady's sake, bring us in good ale. I'm sure there are many that would agree with that. And here we have one about the seashore. You know when you take one of those rounded shells and put it in your ear and you can hear the sea rolling in? This is called the shell. And then I pressed the shell close to my ear and listened well. And straight away like a bell came low and clear the slow, sad murmur of distant seas, whipped by an icy breeze upon a shore windswept and desolate. It was a sunless strand that never bore the footprint of a man, nor felt the weight since time began of any human quality or stir, save what the dreary winds and waves incur. And in the hush of waters was the sound of pebbles rolling round, for ever rolling with a hollow sound, and bubbling seaweed. As the waters go swish to and fro, their long cold tentacles of slimy grey. Nor was there no day, nor ever came a night, to wonder at the moon setting the stars alight. 'Twas twilight only, and the frightened croons smitten to whimpers of the dreary wind, and waves that journeyed blind. And then I loosed my ear. Oh, it was sweet to hear a cart go jolting down the street. Now, this is, I think, a famous poem. I've heard it before. It's by a very famous poet, Edgar Allan Poe. It's a love poem, really, and it's called Annabel Lee. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child, and she was a child, in this kingdom by the sea, but we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we. And neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee, and the stars never rise but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so all the night tide I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in the sepulchre by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. Now, let's check. I turn to page 77. My note tells me. Oh yes, and the next 3 or 4 are about pastoral England. England in the countryside, hundreds of years ago. And this first one is called Beggars. What noise of viols is so sweet as when our merry clappers ring? What mirth does want when beggars meet? A beggar's life is for a king. Eat, drink and play, sleep when we list, go where we will, so stocks be missed. Bright shines the sun, play beggars play, here's scraps enough to serve today. The world is ours, and ours alone. For we alone have world at will. We purchase not, all is our own. Both fields and street we beggars fill. Bright shines the sun. Play, beggars, play. Here's scraps enough to serve today. And now, a little song, a well-known rhyme, very well-known rhyme. Oh dear, what can the matter be? Oh dear, what can the matter be? Dear, dear, what can the matter be? Oh dear, what can the matter be? Johnny's so long at the fair. He promised he'd buy me a fairing should please me, and then for a kiss, oh, he vowed he would tease me. He promised he'd bring me a bunch of blue ribbons to tie up my bonny brown hair. And it's oh dear, what can the matter be? Dear, dear, what can the matter be? Oh dear, what can the matter be? Johnny's so long at the fair. He promised he'd bring me a basket of posies, a garland of lilies, a garland of roses, a little straw hat to set off the blue ribbons that tie up my bonny brown hair. And it's oh dear, what can the matter be? Dear, dear, what can the matter be? Oh dear, what can the matter be? Johnny's so long at the fair. There. And now this short poem by none other than William Shakespeare. It's called The Pedlar's Song. And it's obviously a pedlar singing and encouraging people to come and buy what he has on his cart. Lawn as white as driven snow, cypress black as e'er was crow, cloves as sweet as damask roses, masks for faces and for noses, bugle bracelet, necklace amber, perfume for a lady's chamber, golden coifs and stomachers for my lads to give their dears, pins and peaking sticks of steel, what maids lack from head to heel. Come buy of me, come buy, buy lads, or else your lasses cry, come buy. Just two left now, and this one, find it, is a lovely one. It's called The Raggle-Taggle Gypsies. It's not, it doesn't have a poet's name by it, so presumably it's unknown. I think it's gorgeous. And here we go. There were three gypsies a come to my door, and downstairs ran this a lady, oh. One sang high and another sang low, and the other sang Bonny Bonny Biscay, oh. Then she pulled off her silk finished gown and put on hose of leather, oh. The ragged rags about our door, she'd gone with the raggle-taggle gypsies, oh. It was late last night when my lord came home, inquiring for his lady, oh. The servant said on every hand, she's gone with the raggle-taggle gypsies, oh. Oh, saddle to me my milk-white steed, and go and fetch me my pony, oh, that I may ride and seek my bride, who is gone with the raggle-taggle gypsies, oh. Oh, he rode high and he rode low, he rode through woods and copses too, until he came to an open field, and there he espied his lady, oh. What makes you leave your house and land? What makes you leave your money, oh? What makes you leave your new wedded lord to go with the raggle-taggle gypsies, oh? Oh, what care I for my house and my land? What care I for my money, oh? What care I for my new wedded lord? I'm off with the raggle-taggle gypsies, oh. Last night you slept on a goose feather bed, with a sheet turned down so bravely, oh. And tonight you'll sleep in a cold open field, along with the raggle-taggle gypsies, oh. Oh, what care I for a goose feather bed, with a sheet turned down so bravely, oh, for tonight I shall sleep in a cold open field, along with the raggle-taggle gypsies, oh. Now, we heard earlier a poem by William Blake, and I'm going to finish on another, and this is one of his most famous, one you will know very well, and it's called The Tiger. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deep or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer? What the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil? What dread grasp dare its deadly terrors grasp? When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who laid the lamb make thee? Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? There, I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope the tractor hasn't been too noisy in the background, and look forward to seeing you all again soon, hopefully face to face. Cheerio.